Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Chris Hacks, and today we're starting a new video series on the CryptoPals Crypto Challenges. So for those who don't know, the CryptoPals Crypto Challenges are a group of cybersecurity, cryptography related coding exercises that will help broaden horizons and expand our knowledge on how cryptography works. For this video series, I will be giving a walkthrough in C++ on how to do everything, and this video right now will serve as an introduction on what tools we will be needing for these challenges and how we're going to be using them. So let's just jump right into it. For this challenge, I'm going to be using Visual Studio 2022. You can use a number of different tools. You could use, Visual Studio Code, JetBrains. You could use Notepad++ for all I care. Any editor will work. However, I'm going to use this just to keep everything simple and easy. If you guys really want, I do have a couple of makefiles and bash scripts for compiling a bunch of C++ code. So just let me know if you guys want that. I will make that available to y'all. But I'm just going to keep it simple and easy, so I'm using Visual Studio 2022, so I don't have to worry about the build at all. Everything will be handled for me. Okay? If you guys have a different editor in mind, feel free to use that, and just following along with the challenges should still be easy because we'll be going over all of the code. Okay, so let's just jump right in. I'm going to create a new project. We'll just use a blank C++ project, nothing too crazy, and I'm going to call this CryptoPals. Just keep it plain and simple. All right, perfect. So let's look at how we're going to set this up. For this, I'm going to make good use of these filters that Visual Studio provides. Because all of the files are just in one folder, it can get very messy. So these filters are incredibly useful for keeping everything organized. Okay, so first in our source file, we're just going to go ahead and add main.cpp. Very plain and simple. It's the entry program for every C++ file. We'll put all the normal boilerplate code. Very plain and simple. Okay, and now for the next step, what I was thinking about doing is we'll have a header file for every single challenge. So I'm just going to call this challenges.h. Challenges. Perfect. Okay, so in here we're going to have a declaration for every single one of our challenges. So for example, let me include string, because that's how all of our challenges will be returned, is they will return a string. So we're going to do std string challenge 1. And this is how we'll declare everything. Now every time we add a new challenge, we'll put another declaration up here, and then in main we can just, let me add iostream as well, so we can do some printing. Then in main over here, what we will do is just this, std cout challenge 1. Very plain and simple. Oh, I need to include challenges.h, of course. Okay, perfect. So now every time we run it, we can have here, let me add actually a string to make it a little bit nicer. There we go. So now, once we run our program, it will output on the terminal challenge 1 and then whatever the solution is. There's a couple different ways you could do this. You could always use asserts to make sure the answers are correct. You could just do like a pass or a fail thing. I'm just going to make it like this so that we can actually see the output and then compare it by hand, just so we can see everything that's going on under the hood. And I'll walk through each and every step. Now right now this will not compile because we don't have challenge 1 actually defined. For now, I'll just define it here. We'll change this later, but I'll just have it return a blank string, just so we can see this compile. So this should compile here. Okay, perfect. It did compile, and there it goes. Yeah, it outputted challenge 1 and then nothing, because obviously we're returning a blank string. Later on, each challenge will have its own CPP file, and the reason why we're doing that is so that we can keep everything together. I will also be making some utility files later on, but for now, we'll jump into that in later videos. Okay, also, you might have noticed my terminal down here is a little bit more colorful. I'm going to be using Oh My Posh, and I'm going to be using Git. Oh My Posh makes it a little bit easier to work with Git. It will add some extra symbols and stuff just to make it look a little bit nicer so we can see what's going on. And then a Git, of course, for our version control. And all of the coding files will be uploaded to GitHub for your guys' viewing needs, and you guys can just refer to that whenever you want. Okay, so first, let's do ls, and we need to change directory into CryptoPals just so we can create our Git repository here. All right, so as we see, we have all of our files here. So let's do this. Let's do git init. So that's going to actually create our Git repository here. And as you guys can see, we have 9 different files. However, there are a couple of things we don't want to include. So this is where our git ignore file is going to come in. I do have a git ignore file ready for us. So let me grab that really quick. Okay. Copy. So let's create a new item. Okay, perfect. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna do this through the File Explorer just so it's a little bit easier. So let me pull that up here real quick. I will jump right in. Where is it? Source, repos, CryptoPals. All right, perfect. And then using Notepad++, we'll call this .git ignore. Yeah, that's fine. And we will edit this with Notepad++. So I have that here. I'm just going to go ahead and paste in our git ignore file. This will ignore all of our basic C++ sort of projects or temporary files we create, and then a couple of other minor things. This will all be available in the description through the GitHub repo, so make sure to check that out to get this file. I will save that. Now if we come back here, again, as we can see, Oh My Posh is saying, oh yeah, now we only have 6 files. So if I do git status, we have these 6 files that we're going to commit. And that's what we want. So we have our 2 code files here at the bottom, our git ignore, and then some Visual Studio files. This is just the solution and then the filters here. Those will just be useful for making things look a little bit nicer. Okay, also, I have the repository set up already here. I just need to go ahead and put all of our commands in. So I'll put this off to the side. For now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to branch into a new branch. So git branch, just make. I'm going to call it develop, actually. I know they like to use main, but I'm going to call it develop because this will be our development branch. Okay, we'll commit our first things. We'll call it commit m init. Oh, of course, I forgot to add everything. All right, there we go. Now we can make our commit message. Perfect. And then our next step is to actually add the Git repository. So I will copy that command here. Cool. And then git push -u origin. And our branch is called develop, so we'll put develop. Very nice. Okay, so that will start us out for our CryptoPals challenges. In our next video, we will actually be doing challenge 1, and I'll make an individual video for every single challenge. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thank you all.